Okay, so this is Trey testing audio levels. Alright, audio levels sound good. Alright, sweet. Alright, everyone, good evening and welcome. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you hail from. Good morning. Hello, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to some more Soul Calibur 6. Hope everyone's having a great day. I'm beginning to decide, this is probably gonna break open because the top is, like, not doing well. I've got Citrus Twist, because it's freaking hot. I've already drank a lot of water today, so, this will help me, alright, we're good. Woohoo! Look at all that cool air coming out of it. Ah, that's some good stuff. Alright. Alright, everyone. Well, let us resume more of the Soul Chronicle. We were able to actually do a lot of people yesterday. Knocked out Maxi, Xianghua, Keelit, Amy, and Raphael. We're able to do 5 of them. So, without further ado, gang, let's see if we can knock out a couple more in here. Before I want to... Because I want to not work out right now. I actually want to kind of work out whenever the sun kind of sets because it's freaking hot in my room. So, anyway, let's go. I forgot to click in. There we go. All right, there we go. Now we're clicking. Let's go. Okay. So, like I said, we managed to do yesterday Keelit, Maxi, Xianghua, because I figured that it would be that their story would be short. Knocked out Raphael, which was also kind of short, but it looks like his continues on, but I don't know how to get to that one down there. I don't know if Maxi, I guess Maxi is done, even though it sounds like, it looks like it's going. I don't know how to unlock all parts of the story, but, you know what? We'll just keep going. Alright, so without further ado, gang, let's resume. Who do we want to do? Who do we want to do? It looks like Grow is going to take forever. We'll save him for a while. Yeah, why don't we do Voldo? The secret money pit. Let's go! Yeah, let's go ahead and run Voldo.
Ask any adventurer, and they'll know of Verci, a wealthy merchant from South Italy, and his underground treasury, the Money Pit. After getting rich in the weapons trade and earning the title of Merchant of Death, Verci set sail with his fleet to find the legendary Soul Edge. But during his quest, Verci learned his entire fortune had been lost in the chaos of a war that broke out in Italy. Half crazed, Verci hid what little he had left in the impenetrable Money Pit, located on a small island in the Mediterranean. There he stationed a grotesque guardian, who silently and mercilessly disposed of all who entered, quickly becoming the fear of all looters. In recent years, however, a new rumor began to spread among some adventurers. Historic rainfall had caused flooding in the Money Pit, destroying most of its traps. The Guardian had also vanished, leaving the treasure free for the taking.
Oh, so Voldo's on the move.
I can't believe we got through the Money Pit that easily. Thanks for the help, Ivy.
Ivy?
Looks like that tip about the Money Pit being abandoned was true.
Yeah, all we had to do was rely on that trusty sword of yours. Traps don't scare us as long as we have you. But hey, aren't you gonna take any of the treasure for yourself?
I only care for items related to Soul Edge, and I already have what I wanted. Now I just need to find Verci's notes.
Always so serious. You're beautiful and you're strong, so, you know, we could... Huh? What the hell is that?
The sword's resonating?
Hey, what did you go quiet for? Whoa, don't drop the treasure there! Huh? Oh, this is a head!
Above you! Ready your weapon!
Huh?
I knew this was too good to be true. That's your target, Blade. The Guardian! Ha! Slice up everything that comes near us, Blade! I missed? Oh no! Ugh, I'm at a disadvantage fighting here! My blade! Show me the way out!
And just like that. Alright, Voldo. Huh. No fight. Interesting. Voldo 2, the Master's will is absolute. On his return to the Money Pit, Voldo was greeted by invaders, whose lives he set about taking one by one. Seeing the opportunity to cause a cave-in, the warrior Ivy cut through the ceiling, blocking off Voldo from pursuing her. Apart from Ivy, only a few of them escaped with their lives. One of them had managed to get their hands on something highly valuable, however.
In the deepest room of the dark underground vault, there was a magnificent sarcophagus and chair illuminated by torchlight. Before it stood a lanky, grotesque man, the guardian feared by looters, with his head bowed in respect. His name was Voldo, a dark vestige of the talented man who had once served as Verci's right hand. Long years underground had robbed Voldo of his sight and sanity. Before his dead master's sarcophagus, he reported his failures. Voldo deeply regretted the fact that he had left the Money Pit for 3 years in order to find Soul Edge. And although he was completely alone, Voldo heard a familiar voice.
Thank you for your report, Voldo. With new challenges often come failure. Learn from your failures, and you shall be wiser. While you were in the outside world, the Money Pit was flooded, and the traps were all destroyed. Now then, enough lamenting. You have important work to do. But there's one thing we must do first. I'm sure you have felt it, right? The aura emanating from the swordswoman Ivy. My merchant's intuition speaks to me. That aura comes from the legendary sword I spent years seeking, Soul Edge. She also stole a portion of my notes, which are some of my most valuable possessions. And of course, we can't let the other thieving rats get away with the treasure they stole. Therefore, Voldo, I shall give you 2 missions. Your first is to track down that woman and acquire all the clues you can concerning Soul Edge. Your second is to reclaim my notes, as well as all the pieces of my collection that were stolen. Some of the vermin still remain on this island. Exterminate them first, and reclaim what they stole. I'm counting on you, my loyal servant.
Wow. Even in death, huh? Huh.
Look at the jewel on this sword!
That's really something. Not that I expected any less from Verci's collection.
What was that sound? The wind? Ah!
Looks like Voldo got the jump on them. Battle? Oh, it sure is.
Fight!
Oh, there is no Money Pit. Oh, that's a shame. Got him!
KO!
Alright, see you, dude! God, Voldo's so weird.
Fight!
Gotcha! Got him! Golly, Voldo's so weird. Oh, they didn't make the money pit as a stage? Man, it's kind of lame, actually.
The adventurers had looted a number of the strange weapons Verci had collected. With Verci's treasure before him, Voldo reminisced as he held in his hands an unusual pair of blades from India. Amid the moonlight reflecting off the blood-stained blades, old memories began to resurface in his mind.
What? You've never seen a pair of Jamadars? They're also known as Bundi daggers. Other merchants call them guitars, but they're mistaken. If you wish to become the next Merchant of Death someday, you'll need to learn all about weapons and their uses. Here, I'll lend them to you, but make sure you return them to me. My instincts tell me they will be a good match for you. Go on, give them a swing.
Ah, so Verci gave Voldo his weapons. Voldo 3, Lost Glory. Disposing of the invaders' corpses, Voldo set about restoring the money pit and its traps. Once finished, he secured the entrance and headed out on a journey to complete the mission assigned to him by Verci. So Voldo going after Ivy. Interesting.
Ivy's scent was fading, but that did little to hinder Voldo. Honing his senses for years underground had given him something of a sixth sense, which allowed him to sense invisible auras that people leave behind. As Voldo moved north, tracking Ivy's unique aura, he continued reclaiming the treasures stolen from his master.
Hand it over, Grandpa.
Wait, take anything you want but this.
Why? Because that one will fetch the highest prize?
What was that? I just heard footsteps.
My leg!
What's happening?
Voldo here to save the day!
Fight!
Oh god. This guy's got like a pitchfork, or like a trident. What is that? Oh god. Got him! Moosh!
KO!
Dude, kick! Dude, why does Voldo look like what he is? So terrifying. Oh god. Yep. Got him! Here comes the kick, baby! Biboosh! What do you expect? Another kick? Hup, 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 hup. God in heaven. Got him! KO! KO! Got him! That is terrifying. I don't know what Voldo is doing, but that's just terrifying.
You want this sword? I don't care what kind of monster you are. You'll not have what my brother left to me.
The scent of Verci's treasures wafted up from the golden blade that the old merchant cradled. It was the item that launched Verci's quest for the golden treasures of the Orient, prior to his search for Soul Edge.
You want to stop looking for Soul Edge?
Verci, we just began your search for the golden treasures of the Orient. And now you want to go off looking for a sword that's nothing more than a rumor? You must be mad.
You're either a wolf or a sheep, Enrico. It's hunt or be hunted. And only the bold come out on top. Bad enough about this. I'll lead the search for Soul Edge. And you, Voldo, will assist me each step of the way.
What? But he's so young. He isn't even family. Wait, Verci! Wait. Your weapons, your face. It can't be. You're... Oh, forgive me. If only I would have protected our fortune during the war, Verci would still be here. You can have the blade. He didn't take the sword.
Perhaps Voldo decided that he only needed to recover what had been truly stolen. Whatever the case, Voldo soon disappeared, leaving the golden blade with the old merchant.
Wow. Jeepers. Man, Voldo has like a sad, depressed life. Voldo 4, a coastal town in ruins. Heading north, Voldo sensed something peculiar. Ivy's aura seemed to have split in two. He was heading both to the north and the west. Though confused at the turn of events, at the back of Voldo's mind, his memories of Soul Edge called for him to head west. Trusting his instincts, he continued on towards Spain. Alright, Voldo 4, here we go.
Tracking Ivy's aura, Voldo eventually came to a desolate Spanish port town. That's when he realized something. He had once visited this port, at a time when it still thrived. However, the aura's trail only led him to the ruins of an establishment known as the Blacktail Inn. The next thing Voldo knew, he was surrounded by spirits of the dead.
Steal, kill, and steal again.
Oh, jeez, alright. Oh my god, Phantom Sailor! Wow, I'm getting my stuff torn in. Wow, that move is so broken. Wow, holy cow, Voldo, what the world?
Fight!
Got him! I did just go up and grab him. Ow, thank you. Boost! Got him! Alright, one more. Let's do it.
Fight!
A boost? Okay. Okay. God, what a waste that was. Got him. Here goes. Finish! Got him. So long, dude.
Oh, Cervantes, curse you!
The scent of the ocean breeze, the whispers of the name Cervantes by the dead. Together, they caused a distant memory to surge up from the deep recesses of Voldo's mind. Enlist the help of the notorious pirate Cervantes de Leon in your quest for Soul Edge. A mission to negotiate with a pirate infamous for his cruelty meant almost certain death. Still, Voldo journeyed to Cervantes' haunt, the Blacktail Inn, in order to carry out his duty.
Jeez,
So,
okay.
Verci's offering me 12 Saker cannons, along with this pistol sword you brought. It's certainly a rare item. I see Verci taught you something about the art of appraisal. It's curious, though. If he wanted to ask a favor of me, then why did he not come here in person? Instead, he sent a whelp like you! My, a bullet grazes your cheek, and you don't even blink. Not bad. I've taken a liking to this weapon. 4 top-of-the-line culverin cannons, and 4 falconets. I want Verci to send me the same things he gave to the Spanish Armada. I'll accept the deal, and let you return with good news. It will be good for a little amusement, at least.
Ooh, Cervantes! So that's how I got his pistol gun. Voldo 5 across icy plains. Why did Ivy's aura seem to be emanating from Cervantes' old headquarters? Voldo didn't have the answer, but knowing who it was, he should pursue at least represented a significant step forward. Gathering his master's treasures that were scattered around Spain along the way, Voldo followed the trail of Ivy's aura to the east.
As Voldo tracked Ivy east, her aura growing ever stronger, he became aware of 2 things. The first was that Ivy had crossed the mountains and was now moving west. The other was that he was not alone in this hunt. Some unknown group was also secretly tracking Ivy. Regardless of who they were, Voldo had no doubt they would only hinder his mission. So it was that Voldo decided to utilize the mountainous terrain to hunt down the hunters.
The doomed woman with the blood of the cursed sword in her veins. I don't like the idea of being ordered to eliminate a mere woman. And why do we need so many people?
Once you see her blade in action, you'll change your mind.
Don't worry. I'm ready for whatever happens. But something's off. We should have been engaging the enemy by now. Where's the signal? What the?
Who the hell's this?
Oh, the Able organization is after Ivy. Interesting. All right.
Fight!
Got him. So long, dude. Kaboom, I exploded.
Not over!
Oh, God. Well, see you, dude. Boo! So long, dude. Got him. All right, there's one down.
Fight!
Oh, impact counter. Good God.
Be quiet!
Oh, God, what the freak was that move? So long, dude.
Oh, you! Be quiet!
Uh-oh. God, that was a close one there. Woo! That indeed was a close one.
We're being attacked by an unidentified entity. I need to report. Ah!
Having fun? Oh, right. I forgot you have no sense of humor. Never thought the day would come when I'd be saved by you. Don't expect me to thank you.
Oh, jeez. All right, here we go. Voldo 6, we meet again. After disposing of all those in his way, Voldo was finally in a position to attack Ivy. He had hoped to do so without drawing attention to himself, but somehow Ivy had known about her pursuer's presence all along.
Long time no see, Guardian. Or should I say, Voldo. I could sense you approaching. I've gained a lot of experience since we last met, you know. I also did a little research. Research on the Merchant of Death, and the young man who worked as his shrewd right-hand man. As someone whose life was also ruined by that cursed sword, it's hard not to feel sorry for you. I know. You want this box, right? Then fight me and win it back.
Great, great, great. Alright, well, let's do the dance that keeps on dancing, Ivy. Alright, have at ye.
Battle 1. Fight!
I missed.
I see you too, possessed by a spirit.
The kick in the dishpan. Oh god. Well. Woo! That was close.
I still owe you for before.
Got her. Oh jeez. Well, this is where I'm gonna die here. Gotcha. Oh, in the dishpan.
Silence.
Got her. Woo! That was a close call there.
Battle 2. Fight!
Oh god. Ugh.
Silence.
Here goes baboosh.
Come on now.
I missed. Got the grab. Woo! Did not get the grab. Gotcha. Just right in the leg.
Fight!
God, what am I doing? I don't know all of my moves. The foot.
I'll make you submit.
Oh God. Oh, here we go.
Enjoy your treat.
Give it up already.
Submit.
Oh God.
I still owe you for before.
Here goes. God. That was crazy. Got her. Sorry, I win this bout.
A loyal blade, void of any hesitation. You know, I feel a little envious of you now. I don't need this anymore. Take it. But let me tell you one thing. The soul edge you seek has already been destroyed. If you want to see for yourself, head to Ostrheinsburg. Farewell.
After throwing Verci's box back to Voldo, Ivy leapt off the cliff and used her snake sword to disappear into the mountains. Voldo could have followed her, but the risk of dropping the precious box was too great. Since he had already collected several other treasures, Voldo decided to return to the money pit.
Now this is after the year that it was destroyed. Voldo 7, a warm glow. It was safe to say that Voldo had served his master well. Arriving back at the money pit, he returned the treasure to the original place before heading to Verti's tomb to debrief his deceased master on a mission accomplished.
Standing before Verci's sarcophagus once more, Voldo bowed his head and gave his report. Before long, amid an eerie glow, Verci appeared before his loyal servant.
Welcome back. You have my thanks for completing both your missions. I find it hard to believe that Soul Edge was destroyed, but we will learn the truth in time. First, we should rejoice that my treasures are now back where they belong. Also, the woman may have stolen a portion of my notes, but in this box are our letters. The letters we exchanged while you were assisting me in my search for Soul Edge. These easily contain more information than one could ever glean from my notes. I'm sure she would want to get her hands on them. However, the real reason I value this box so much is because it contains a record of my successor completing all his training.
The fact that Voldo still remained loyal to his master long after his demise proved how much they trusted each other. Deep within the dark pit, in a hollow darkness lit only by the glow of flickering flames and gold, Voldo basked in a new, blissful light, born from Verci's everlasting trust.
Oh wow, and that's Voldo's story. Alright, not bad!
The names of the warriors whose fates were bound to the two swords have been etched into the very fibers of history.
The legend will never die. Alright, 30 minutes in Voldo. Not bad. Okay. You acquired the title Guardian of the Money Pit. Alright, well, Voldo down, Yoshimitsu down, Raphael down, Tira, huh? In 2 minds. I don't know if I want to do Tira quite yet. God, Zosimil looks like it's gonna be an eternity. Alright, so, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Let's see here. So why does Wong start, like, way over here? Like, what happened back here? Alright, you know what? Let's do, I was kind of hoping that would unlock Cervantes, but I guess not. Alright, let's do Mitsurugi. Why not? Whispers of Soul Edge. Here we go! Whispers of Soul Edge. Mitsurugi 1. Here we go!
Mitsurugi was a samurai who lived during Japan's Civil War period. Apprehensive of the increasing use of firearms, he traveled far and wide in search of the powerful weapon Soul Edge, but his efforts proved fruitless. Disappointed, Mitsurugi returned to his domain. To vent his frustrations, he entered a tournament against Tanegashima firearms. However, this too ended in defeat. What else could a self-made man like Mitsurugi do but face the changing times head-on?
No, wrong. Ura! Isatsu! Damn. Must I admit Tanegashima is more formidable than I? No, I must not give up. I've mastered the perfect technique to defeat Tanegashima. All I need now is a strong weapon, and I'll be undefeatable.
This war-torn world seems to suit you well. Perhaps you have heard. An infamous barbarian, Nightmare, is said to be wreaking havoc with an invincible sword.
An invincible sword, you say? You must be talking about Soul Edge. I've no time for idle chit-chat. Just you wait, Knight of Mare, was it? Your sword will be mine.
Knight of Mare. Because he's Japanese, he doesn't know. That's really funny. To foreign lands once more. Despite having crossed the Chinese mainland, Mitsurugi still had no plans for the future. Wondering what to do, he found himself surrounded by ruffians. Little did they realize they were no match for him. Little did they know that Trey doesn't know how to play Mitsurugi. There you go.
Does Europe lie further to the west? As ever, I'm a fish out of water.
Are you the one called Mitsurugi?
It seems wherever I go, there are fools spoiling for a fight.
Are you the one they call Mitsurugi? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Fight!
He's got the Kali Yuga! Oh god.
Ready?
Just stab, baby!
Ready? Your time is over!
How's this? What?
Not bad, dude. Push!
Ready?
Dude, I love the sheath! So that was hold the horizontal swing?
Fight!
Dude, I love it!
This is it! Here we go!
Draw! Dude! I love that draw technique.
He's too strong.
Did you really think outnumbering me would work? This is nothing compared to the battlefield. You should have brought an army!
Mitsurugi is amazing in this one. The mysterious old man Mitsurugi 3. Mitsurugi took to the seas and headed west. Although his journey was fraught with conflict, Mitsurugi is more than capable of handling anything thrown at him. And he continued on his way with consummate ease. Right, hang on just one second. I'm gonna turn on my little mini fan right here. There we go.
I thirst for more worthy opponents. It takes great pains to keep one's combat skills sharp. The day I slay that Knight of Mare cannot come soon enough!
So you're Mitsurugi? Is it true you accept all challengers?
Is that what they say about me? Well, I cannot deny it. I welcome all who wish to fight.
Alright, well, let's do it! I'm all ready. The question is, though, are you ready?
Battle 1. Fight!
His sons!
Draw!
Watch this! Come on! His sons!
Dude, that...
You missed me.
So what?
KO!
Got him!
Battle 2.
Fight!
Ready? No mercy!
Golly, just like... God, why am I on fire? Got him!
Ring out!
Got him! I'll take that. Why am I on fire? What did I just do?
No one can stop me in my present form. My path to the Soul Edge is clear.
Such a gifted swordsman.
It's Matt!
You appear to be well versed in the idol. Am I correct?
You are indeed. And who are you to know such a thing?
Just an old man with a knowledge of fighting techniques.
I cannot fault your observation skills. There's more to this old-timer than meets the eye.
It's Edgemaster. Okay. Searching for the Knight of Mare. Mitsurugi and the old man calling himself Edgemaster got on surprisingly well. As they journeyed onward together, they spent many an evening talking about martial arts while getting steadily more inebriated. Inebriated?
Knight? Well, I have heard rumors of one called Nightmare.
That is he. Do you know him, old man?
Perhaps I do. Then again, perhaps not.
Come now. Do not be so stingy.
Perhaps if you indulge me in combat once more, it will refresh my memory. If I recall correctly, a holy warrior resides in a shrine not too far from here.
Are you saying I should go introduce myself? A most simple task.
Huh. Alright, well, let's do it.
Battle 1. Fight!
Oh, warrior.
Ready?
Got him.
Ready?
Oh, so that's that.
Ready?
Got him.
Ready? No mercy!
Oh. So long, dude. I want to know why I'm glowing.
Battle
So long,
2.
dude.
Fight!
Ready?
Oh, God.
Ready? No mercy!
Boosh! Ripped out his soul, baby. Oh, God. Oh, God in heaven.
KO!
Good kick, Mitsurugi. Good kick.
Battle 3.
Golly, this...
Fight!
Oh, God.
Ready?
Oh, God in heaven. Come here, dude.
Ring out!
But you did! Ugh, my nose is, like, kind of drowning here. Alright, there we go. Even though Edgemaster hinted at knowledge the whereabouts of the Knight of Mare, the end of Mitsurugi's journey seemed nowhere in sight. The Master's true power.
So, tell me, old man, when will I finally face the Knight of Mare? My journey appears never-ending.
What's the hurry? I hear that those who seek strength encounter Soul Edge. If so, that your opponents grow stronger must mean you are nearing your goal.
Well, if you say so, there may be some truth to it. But something doesn't feel quite right.
Something such as the ornery rabble now surrounding us?
I did not come all this way to be stopped by petty robbers.
Oh, interesting. Alright, well, let's up to it then.
Fight!
Ready?
Let's stab, baby!
Ready?
Got a boosh! Why was he facing backwards? That was, like, weird. Anyway.
Fight!
Hello, love. What is that noise?
No mercy!
Boosh! Got him. Oh, God. Oh, jeez.
Your time is over!
Hey-oh! Sorry, love. Love the outfit, though.
Fight!
Oh, jeez.
Ready? Mercy!
Right.
I have no! Your time is over!
Golly, launch that guy to the moon.
Ready?
Got him. Oh, jeez. Whoosh! So long, dude. And just like that, he's out of there.
No rest for the wicked! I knew this old-timer could take care of himself. Old man, such technique. You're no average warrior. Please, fight me!
Though I'd like nothing more than to indulge you, that last move has taken its toll. My opponent right now is my age.
Oh, come now!
Oh, come now. So Mitsurugi travels with Edgemaster. Mitsurugi 6, when one journey's end. Edgemaster's words struck Mitsurugi as somewhat suspicious, but the old man had information about Soul Edge, and besides, given the opportunity, Mitsurugi would love to spar with him, though begrudgingly, it appeared he was stuck with the old man for now.
Are you sure we're heading in the right direction? Where'd he go?
When will you learn?
You're the one who's always getting in the way! If you're here, that means Soul Edge must be near!
Oh, is that so?
If you attempt to block me again, I'll slice you in two!
No, not Taki! Don't slice Taki in two!
Battle 1. Fight!
Let's do it!
I shall never hand over Soul Edge! That's...
When will you learn?
Your time is over!
I missed.
Slow
Oh, jeez. Oh, God, she got behind me quickly. Oh, God.
What?
I did not want to go for a grab there. Golly, we were on the edge right there.
Battle 2. Fight!
I missed. Oh, God in heaven.
Too easy.
Oh, God, what a
Challenge
parry.
accepted.
I'm just getting started!
God, right in the
Ready?
face.
Ready?
The thrust boost. Got her.
KO!
Got her. Sorry, Taki love.
Just don't learn.
3. Fight!
Mercy? I have none!
Good lord, what the frick was that move?
Your time is over! Saya!
Got her, boosh! A sidestep, sorry, Talkie
Soul
Love.
Edge belongs to me!
Alright, sorry, Talkie Love, but it looks like I win this bout.
Ha! Do you really think Soul Edge would be around here? Can you not see when you've been duped?
What?
You've made my job a lot easier. I must go thank that elderly gentleman. Farewell.
Damn! Where'd that old man get to? Hmm? A note?
Forgive me for leading you on a wild goose chase. You are, indeed, a powerful warrior. That is why I could not allow you to get near Soul Edge. I can say no more.
No! I've been had!
One as formidable as you need not rely on weapons and whatnot. Rely solely on your own strength, and you shall master the martial arts. As a fighter myself, I am keen to see what path you will take. Farewell.
Well, I was able to test my hand against some formidable opponents. There is some worth in that. Still, we have unfinished business. Next time we meet, old man, we do battle.
Oh, okay. And so that's Mitsurugi.
The names of the warriors whose fates were bound to the two swords have been etched into the very fibers of history.
Alright, well, not bad. Alright, well, Mitsurugi is done. I guess that's where he meets up with, like, Maxie and everybody. Wait, what is this? Interlude? So there is more stuff. How do you find that out? Wait, there's even stuff more out. Wait, how do I get all the here? I am so confused on like what I can and what I cannot do. All this is just so interesting. So do I have to play more of the campaign in order, or like the other campaign to do this other side story stuff? Like, what is this interlude? Well, I mean, I might as well find out. Here we go. Mitsurugi Interlude, Transcending History and the World. Hoping to discover a way to combat firearms, Mitsurugi leaves on a journey in search of Soul Edge. After crossing swords with so many powerful fighters, his travels begin to change him. His thirst for pure strength, for power, like a ravenous animal, he searches high and wide for worthy opponents until he stumbles upon a world outside of human reason. What is this?
Damn, I can't find a worthy opponent anywhere. Not even the latest Tanegashima are a challenge. Shugen Kokanoe, Edgemaster, Geralt. Only skilled warriors such as these can quench my thirst.
Well then, shall I grant your wish?
A voice cut through Mitsurugi's dreams of worthy opponents. It was a young voice, both boyish and girlish. It sounded as if it were echoing from afar, or perhaps welling up from within him. Mitsurugi had felt this presence many times before.
Interesting.
He felt it when he traveled with the conduit from the Aval organization. He sensed it on the day he met Geralt, wielder of swords and strange magic.
And now it was here, in a void thick with the poisonous miasma known as astral chaos.
Who in the world
This is the first we've met. I am Oct. You are Mitsurugi Heishiro, yes? Sorry to whisk you away so suddenly.
I don't care who you are. What do you want?
Well, aren't you impatient? I just want to test your strength. You long for a strong opponent, right?
Think you're strong? Then come at me! I could cut a whole demon in two right about now!
All right, then. Let us see your worth.
Excuse me? Do I have to fight all three? Oh my word. What the world was that? Why? I gotta fight Cervantes?
Fight! Your time is over!
Oh, I'm like constantly in soul charge. Ow. Ba-boom, Sam! Got him! Well, there went Cervantes. See ya.
Fight!
Nightmare time, huh?
But I feel it filling me with power!
Got him!
Time is over!
I missed. That was horrible.
KO!
Sorry, Nightmare. See ya. Alright, well. Abyss, right?
Fight!
Got him. Oh, in the gut. Got him. Whoosh! God, what's up with all like yelling and screaming?
How strange. Most humans are weaker in here, but you're getting stronger instead. Now I see why everyone's watching you so closely. I think you could become one of... What? Has the chaos truly reached this far? This sensation... You're awake already?
Who are you? You want something from me?
Seems I have no time to play with you right now, Mitsurugi Heishiro. Sorry for the rough handling, but I'll be sending you back now.
What is happening?
I can't hear a word you're saying. If you've got a bone to pick with me, then show your face!
That's enough! Go away! Ah!
What in the Sam Hill was...
Where am I? Wait, this is the capital of Ming! Although wonders never cease. But I think I just met an unbelievably strong opponent. Stronger than I could handle right now. Which means I must keep honing my mind, body, and techniques. I can't stand around when my training's only just begun.
Dude! Soul Calibur 2 character select! I love it! Dun 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 dun! Bada 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 down! Alright, well that was the interlude. Alright, see ya. Alright, well, Mitsurugi done. I just go straight into Taki? I think I'll do Taki along with Sophitia, because apparently they were... Well, Sophitia's like way over here. The Holy Warrior's Task. Then wait, what is this one? The Conduits cross paths with the Japanese in Itaki. Oh, right. This is like... Oh, so the Conduit is like the custom-made character. Got it. Alright, who do I want to do first? Let's do, I'm not a huge fan of, you know what? I think I'll work on these two down here. Yeah, let's do Tira first. In 2 minds. Yeah, Tira was, like, never, like, anywhere.
In the shadows of Europe lurks a group of assassins known as the Bird of Passage. One member, Tira, was born and bred to be an assassin. The moment the evil seed happened, Tira was undertaking a mission. Under the influence of the evil seed, her group's leader went insane, causing the other members to scatter. As a result, she was cast out into the world. Through a stroke of good fortune, a family took her in. However, her newfound stability was to be short-lived. Over the most trivial of things, Tira exploded with rage and ended up killing her entire family.
Jesus. Alright, Tira. Man, she's like pure evil.
This is what I was born to do. Ah, pure heaven.
It's so peaceful. I wish this moment would never end.
Who's that speaking?
Shut up. Doesn't matter who I am.
We need to get out of here.
Damn it. I know.
We can continue to kill, all by myself.
Oh, great. She's psychotic. Great. Great. Tira, soul-destroying. Possessed by a split personality, Tira could be erophobic one moment and distinctly sour the next. Over time, these separate facets of her character came up with names of their another. Jolly and gloomy. With no particular destination in mind, Tira set on her journey to claim as many lives as she could. Great, so she just wants to go kill everybody.
Excuse me?
Huh?
Please help me.
What's wrong?
It's kinda difficult to put into words.
It's okay. Just try.
I'll be taking your life now.
Jeez, okay, just right off the bat. Alright, well... Okay, I already do not like... man. I don't know.
One.
I don't know if Tira has, like... Tira can only be jolly. What's the difference?
I'm losing!
Perfect! Got him!
Battle 2. Fight!
There we go, got him, boosh! Got him! Does she have like a tattoo or is that like a scar around her belly?
This is so much fun!
Who cares what you think? Can't you kill without opening your trap?
But if we're not careful, we'll draw attention. And it's not just about the actual killing. If you just rush in, then you can't enjoy the expression your victims make.
Jeez, okay. This is depressing to play. Tier 3, pure murder. Nothing like jolly whatsoever. Gloomy was obsessed with pure killing, and like nothing more than to roam battlefields in search for next prey. As killing grounds went, there were certainly worse places for it, though indiscriminate murder was always going to come with its risk.
You always get carried away, Jolly. Who needs fancy stuff? All you need to do is crush, slice, and bathe in blood. That's what real killing is about.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
Oh, pipe down. Can't you see how annoyed I am?
Oh, here we go. Jesus. So, like...
Fight!
Can only be gloomy. So, like, what is my... Oh, jeez. Oh, wow, like, my entire moveset changes. Wow, okay, so, like, my entire moveset changes from, like... Interesting. Oh my god, I have, like, no range with this.
Quit your
Got him.
screaming.
Got him. Wow, okay, so, like, Gloomy is nothing but short range. Interesting.
There! Over there! After her!
Uh-oh. I told you, this is what happens when you go over the top. We need to plan things out.
Who cares? This is how I do things.
Okay, so Tira the split personality warrior. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Tier 4, Falcons in the Shadows. Tira wandered aimlessly, Jolly and Gloomy constantly at each other's throats. And then, out of nowhere, a member of the Flyaway Falcons appeared with his own agenda in mind.
Why can't you just keep your mouth shut for once?
Why can't you? I'd have more fun by myself.
Is nothing ever straightforward? Damn it, this is so annoying.
How come it always ends up like this, even though we both like killing so much?
Hold on, Jolly. Who are you?
Been a while. Icern Drossel, the Iron Thrush.
Huh? Are you part of the Bird of Passage too?
I need your help again, Icern Drossel.
Don't call me that. I'm Tira.
Alright, well. So this guy actually knows who they are. Alright. Well, they probably won't be alive for that long,
Battle
but hey.
1. Fight!
Restriction started as Gloomy. Oh, jeez. What the world was that? Got him! T-Dex.
Battle 2. Fight!
Genocide!
How did I miss? Oh, jeez, why did I on guard? Oh, jeez.
Gotcha.
Oh, spin kick.
I wish it was just me.
Oh, God, why did I change?
I'm gonna slice you.
Try again.
Oh, God in heaven. Ugh. Well,
final battle. Fight!
I'm gonna slice you.
got him.
Is this it? Seriously?
Back off!
love the shining of the ring. Boosh!
Are you stupid or something? No way we're going back to the Bird of Passage. All I want to do is kill and have fun.
Still, I want to know something. Why are you here?
Nightmare is a threat.
Nightmare? Is that someone's name?
Tell me all you know before I kill you.
So this is before Dreams of Nightmare. According to the information Tira obtained from the Flyway Falcons member, a being by the name of Nightmare was out there harvesting souls. Having witnessed the result of his cruelty with her own eyes, she could barely contain her excitement. Was it the prospect of meeting someone who shared her hobby, perhaps? Or simply that she had found someone to aspire to?
Where's Nightmare?
Just look at all this death. Such ruthless, wanton slaughter.
I've got goosebumps. I wonder what Nightmare's like. I want to see him now.
We're getting closer. We've got to be.
That means some silly flies are gonna start buzzing around.
Did you really think you could escape, Isandrosel? I had been ordered to kill you if you refused to come back to us.
Kill us? Just you try it.
You heard her!
Golly, this like double personality thing is like really confusing. Alright, well, up to it, let's do it.
One, fight!
Good lord, what is that move?
It's futile.
Golly, this guy's doing some, like, a lot of damage. Oh, okay, so I go to angry. It looks like whenever I lose a certain amount of health. Got him.
So annoying. What a moron.
I'm gonna slice you!
It's time.
Well, I missed. I missed! God, this guy does so much damage! Got him!
Go away!
Alright, not bad. The W, baby!
Ostrinesburg. So that's where Nightmare is. As long as the Bird of Passage or anyone stays out of my way, it's time to meet Nightmare.
Woo! This is where it starts to get good!
So does she join Nightmare? It sounds like she does. Where's my new master? Tira arrived in Oceanburg, said to be Nightmare's base. However, instead of the Azure Knight, she was greeted by a man in a white hood. Zasalamil?
So this is Ostrinesburg?
But there's no sign of the Azure Knight anywhere.
You were both right to come here. However, you are a little late.
Is this dullard all who's here? Too bad.
I shall tell you all you need to know. If I deem you worthy, of course.
Wow! He wants to fight us!
You just became a teeny bit more interesting.
Ooh, versus Zasalamel. Alright, I'm all for it. Let's do it. Get to it.
Battle 1. Fight!
Well, let us begin.
I like moths that seek the flame.
Dude, Zosamil is like... The design looks amazing. Got him!
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Not worthy.
You have to do better than that.
Jeepers, creepers.
Battle 2. Fight!
I hope you enjoyed. Let's go!
You drive me crazy.
When did I change? Like, why do I change? I wonder. I missed. I'm
Do
dead.
better than that.
This is the worst.
Why do I keep changing? Why do, what's up with that?
Fight!
Oh god.
You amuse me.
God, here we go.
Right now!
Already? That was so unsatisfying.
Wow, that was a pure missing. Got him. I'll take it. I wonder how you change between Jolly and, like, whatever the world.
So, Nightmare is kind of like a puppet?
And he really killed so many people?
All is done because Soul Edge, the cursed sword, wills it, desires it.
All right then! Let's go see Soul Edge! Yay!
Do as you please. You are worthy of that, at least. I am not obligated to bring you into line.
What was his problem?
That was a rather boring fight. I didn't even feel like killing him.
Who cares about him when Soul Edge awaits?
Things have suddenly gotten really interesting.
I know! I can hardly contain myself!
This is the first time we've been on the same page.
Interesting.
The names of the warriors whose fates were bound to the two swords have been etched into the very fibers of history.
Jolly and freaking... Man, Tira was just all over the place. She is just full-blown crazy. Alright, additional story, Tira. Alright, well, looks like Tira is just due and done. Wow, that was quick. I didn't expect to be done with that. Alright, let's see here. All done with Talem. Well, there is Zosamil. Golly, his looks so long. Alright, Geralt of Rivia. No rest for the richer. The Conduit and Mitsurugi encountered Geralt, a warrior from another world. Alright. Anything else around here? No? Alright. Let's see here. Sophitia, I don't think I want to do Sophitia quite yet. Might be, do I do Nightmare? But Nightmare Stir. Well, I can't be as well. I don't know why I cannot be as well. Or Cervantes, for that matter. Alright, man, Grow is just so... Like, Grow just looks like he's gonna take up, like, a lot of story. Soul Mina, I want to say Soul Mina for last. Okay. Yeah, sure. Let's just go ahead and do Astaroth. Astaroth 1, a catalysm is born. Cataclysm is born. Alright, let's do it.
The malevolent cult Fegal Sestimus, or the Guardians of Truth, worshippers of Paldea, the god of destruction. In preparation for the day when all will be cleansed, the group performed horrific ceremonies and experiments in underground shrines across the globe. In 1583, which the group calls the Year of Saturn's Crimson Serpent, they were able to make contact for the first time with Paldea the Executioner. Deliver the Sword of Judgment, Soul Edge, to my altar. Only then can the purification begin. Upon hearing this revelation, High Priest Kunpetku devoted himself to the nefarious forbidden arts in order to create a golem of fearsome power. Now, Astaroth, a warrior forged by human hands for the sake of claiming Soul Edge, is nearing his awakening.
Jeez. Hey, Lich, what's going on? Top of the evening to you.
Ista el tuk palgria el ku, munzia tudadia, ela uvia, astora lote.
Are you certain this is a good idea, Your Grace?
Do not fear. This Golem of Astaroth is embedded with a special core bestowed upon us by the Great One himself. It will bring Soul Edge to Fegal Sestimus. He moves. Are we ready?
Yes, I shall bring the chimeras now.
Chimeras? More like chimeras?
Can you hear it, Puppet? The voice of care.
Where is I? Feel rage!
Quite good physicality for a human experiment. But your mind is still crude. Even if you do obtain Soul Edge, it will enslave you. On Ares' request, I shall grant you aid this once.
What you do?
You now possess the memories of various fallen warriors. Enemies approach. Show me you can destroy all who challenge you.
I was about to say, why do you pronounce Chimera? It's like that Pokemon announcer in Pokemon Stadium where he pronounces it Ekans instead of Ekans. Alright, well, you don't know how to be Astaroth again, so, glad I'm doing this now. God, why is, like, Astaroth, like, so, like... Well, I guess just to be fair, he's just... Right, so he's just a golem. He's not actually, like, human, right? And punt. Right, so he's just a golem and not actually human, right? Oh, so there's a prototype. Oh God in heaven, dude.
You filthy maggot! Worthless!
God, Astaroth, what do I do here, buddy? I mean, you got a good, Oh, he just grabbed me! What the freak was that? Dude! That was like, from Tales of the Abyss, like Broomstone Tempest. What is that about? Alright, I went, yay! Go, Astaroth!
I could get used to this. Just look at me go.
You are a success. Your master, the war god Ares, deserves your thanks for bestowing upon you such wisdom and skill.
A war god? So he is my master.
Splendid. The chimeras were swatted like flies.
Chimeras, buddy.
Do you see? This is what my research has brought us. I am worthy of a god.
This human doesn't know his place. Should I kill him?
I, the High Priest Kunpetku, ruler of Mother Earth, command you! O Astaroth, claim Soul Edge and present it to Paldea the Executioner. All shall know the glory of Kunpetku and Figel Sustamus!
This fool will pay for ordering me around. But for now, our objectives are the same. I'll use him to my advantage. I am ready, Kunpetku, my lord.
Astaroth setting out. Alright. So he's going to go claim Soul Edge. Alright. Library. Alright. Astaroth 2, Revolt of the Heretic. Under Kunpetku's orders, Astaroth made his way straight to Europe with an army of lizardmen in tow. Half man, half beast warriors spliced together by the cult. With the memory of numerous warriors' grisly fates bestowed upon him by Kerr, the Ancient of Death, Astaroth found it easy to follow the scent of death expelled by Soul Edge.
A mission to get a sword? Talk about boring. Okay, wake up. I'm yawning too much. I need to see action. You too, huh? Your blood must be pumping hard from keeping all those lizards in line, hmm?
This is as far as you go, you pitiful drones! That opportunist Kunpetku cannot be trusted to lead the sect. Kaunipalk, priest of Mars, has ordered the cleansing to begin. Likewise, Kelni Polk, priest of Venus, says...
Ah! Silence already! I don't care about squabbles between lowly worms.
Jeez, Astaroth like, man, shut up! Like, dang, just shut up! Just told him just straight up. That's funny.
Fight!
Cult follower! Boosh!
Take this!
Wow, what a miss, Astaroth. Grab the grab. Nope. Oh god, I was gonna do that. That's not fair. Ah, Jiminy Christmas. Wow, he just stunned me for getting them. Boosh! Hey-oh, baby! God, that's a massive fur coat against on Astaroth. A great Voldo. This ought to go great. What was that spinning move? Go, got him!
Floundering!
Golly, that did some damage. Alright, just stand there and get hit by the axe, dude. Alright, that worked out. How many more people? One more? This is it.
Fight!
You filthy maggot!
There we go, boosh! Oh, so that's how you do the other one. Golly!
You filthy
maggots! Boosh! Oh, okay, so that... Oh my god, what a thrust. Anytime you want to grab Astaroth? Nope, alright. Golly, that guy just put a foot to the face, to the cranium. Just got up and just, like a freaking elephant kicking him in the face.
Damn Kunpetku! Ah!
Of all the stupid last words. Bunch of idiots. Still, that yell was kind of amusing. It's a shame a worm's dying scream can only be heard once.
Alright.
Tell me this, Kerr. Is Ares obsessed with cleaning?
Even amongst the gods, he is renowned for his cleanliness. You could learn a lot from him. However, you should focus on your goal.
I like this one. Straight to the point.
I shall take care of all the rubbish you collect. It should have its uses.
Alright. Astaroth meeting an agent of death. Interesting, right? Astaroth 3, the will of the gods. Cleansing. Compacted his enemies without mercy as he went. Astaroth continued on his way, the scent of death growing stronger all the time. Upon reaching Europe, he discovered that the genesis of all this chaos was being by the name of Nightmare.
Nightmare caused all this destruction? How dare he go so far? How dare he? There's nothing left for me to kill!
Jesus.
We have you now, you abominations! Your evil ends here! Ares, god of war, grant us your protection!
God of war? Now you've really made me mad! You're gonna wish I just killed you!
Alright. Astaroth, let's get in there, buddy.
Fight! Damn that!
Just a straight up, just a simple warrior. Golly, this guy's like all up in gold. Oh, jeez. Thank you. Ha-ha! God, the great cleave! What the world was that?
Damn! You dare!
Ow, I dare. Oh, jeez.
Take this!
Here it goes! Boom, got him!
Stop making...
Broomstone Tempest!
Good! You're quiet now!
I'll take it. Well, I mean, your axe was like basically in his back.
Their weapons and moves remind me of yours. Not that it matters. All right, on to Nightmare.
All right, on to Nightmare. What was that noise?
Kerr, you know what I'm going to say, don't you?
Astute as ever, Astaroth, for various reasons. Those humans were also blessed with the power of your master, Ares.
Seems like even war gods have a lot on their plates. Still, it's none of my concern, as long as I get to run wild.
Alright, Astaroth. Alright, alright. Astaroth 4, Master of the Cursed Sword. Though irritating by the whims of the gods, Astaroth finally entered Nightmare's Why can't they just say Olsenburg Castle? That is like even harder to say. Dilapidated. I'm just gonna call it Potato. Potato Castle, because I can't say dilapidated in a sentence to keep it going. It's too hard to say in conversation. The smell of death was overwhelming. Before he knew it, he was surrounded by a group of twisted creatures and the Azure Knight himself, who wielded an immense sword with a single eye.
to run, so kindly just offer your soul to our leader. So this is why rumors surrounding the castle don't spread, despite the endless massacres.
Correct. Dead men tell no tales. However, if you were to join up...
Ha! You insignificant maggot! I'll crush your head with my bare hands! Hey, lizard brains, hold off.
Alright, so Astaroth versus Nightmare, huh? Oh, this is gonna play out. Oh no, Malfested. Golly, man, that kick went flying.
Worthless.
Begin.
Get out of my tail!
Get out of my face. Alright, sorry, dude. Astaroth sounds so dumb. Yeah, I wonder what his, Okay, that was messed up. Yeah, I wonder what his Japanese, I wonder what his Japanese, who does the Japanese voice. I'm actually quite curious about all the Japanese voices. I'm pretty sure in Japanese he sounds a lot better.
Impressive Astaroth, cult follower. The regular Malfested are no match for you. Nightmare, right? Tell me what you know. I shall be direct. I wish to use your power to resurrect Soul Edge.
Should you agree to cooperate, you can kill as your heart desires. An attractive offer, no?
What do you think, Kerr?
Oh.
Though he is cunning, he speaks the truth. At present, Soul Edge is at half its usual power. Ares would not be happy receiving it in such a state.
Okay, I'll play your game. As a token of my gratitude, I shall bestow upon each of you a title. Astaroth, you shall be Sinister Sable. Lizardman, you shall be Base Vert. What? Thanks?
He seems as brilliant of a villain as Lord Helmet from Spaceballs. Ah, okay, gotcha. Astaroth 5, the cult's suspicious deepen. Soul Edge was incomplete, not all fit for his master. Astaroth surmised. To restore the sword back to full strength, he would have to cooperate with Nightmare for the time being. Besides, if worse came to worse, Astaroth could kill him in his sleep at any time. However, the malevolent cult saw Astaroth as having become too complicit and dispatched someone to deal with him.
Don't tell me you're gonna betray Lord Kunpetku.
Do not be ridiculous. We were charged with finding and claiming the sword Soul...
The High Priest told me to claim Soul Edge. So then, you defy me. That is the same as defying Kunpetku.
Why are you... unhand me?
What the High Priest wills, Paldea wills too. So it is you who have defied our god and must die.
Oh, Jesus.
Anyway, send the message to prepare more troops. I don't care if they're golems, lizards, or automatons.
Yes, sir!
It's almost time to strike. If I could just crush that brat Killick. And Ivy. Soul Edge should get pretty full.
Interesting. Wow, Astaroth's story is like long. I love it. Alright, Banquet of Blood, Astaroth 6. Okay, so this is where, sensing Soul Edge was near completion. Astaroth prepared for his rebellion. While lying in wait in Osterborn's castle for a high-quality soul to reap, he sensed a tiny slither of death's aura, so slight as to be impracticable to be human.
Are you aware that someone has taken the hidden path?
Of course. They carry a similar odor to that brat. There's no point in hiding. Your stench gives you away.
Oh, is this gonna be Maxie?
You smell like a rotting carcass in a ditch!
Blast.
Oh, it's Grow.
I know what you're thinking. Most react the same way. He looks strong, but he's probably slow and stupid. I can't describe how good it feels to defy expectations!
I admit, I am shocked. You both have a way with words and smells.
As I'm in a good mood, I'll overlook your insolence. But you reek of one modified by human hands, the most repugnant of odors to me. I can't let Nightmare feast on rotten garbage.
Oh my god, Astaroth versus Grow. I thought it would be Maxie. But that must not be until later.
Battle 1.
Oh god, 3 fights. Here we go.
You are done. I shall overcome.
Try me if you think you really can.
Ah, jeez. Nice spin kick. I also have one of those. Ah, jeez.
You are done.
God, I'm gonna so lose this.
Engage. Must prevail.
I'm so gonna die. Oh god.
Engage.
Grab him, please. Boosh. Careful, Astaroth. How did I win that fight? Teabag.
Battle.
Oh, Teabag. How did I win that? He just like gave up.
Engage.
Oh wow, what a jump attack!
Evade it.
Ah, jeez. I reached! Haha! I have reached, Grow!
I see you are a threat.
Fight!
Boom, got him!
Engage.
Got him! I'll destroy him!
You hurt?
Foul beast.
You filthy maggot!
You are done.
Worthless!
Order must prevail.
Oh god, what in the world was that?
Worthless!
Good god.
Special attack.
Special attack, huh? Here's my special attack, you
As
fool.
expected, you're nothing!
Alright, sorry, bro. Dude, I could probably make a Darth Maul grow. That'd be cool. With this double saber.
Okay. What now?
Still trying to think of a way out? You do realize I can smell the odor of others in this castle, too. As long as I'm here, you're never getting through. Ha! Wriggle, you worm! As long as the God of War protects me, I'm indestructible! All who defy me shall feel his divine wrath! This day can't get any better! I'm gonna kill both Nightmare and that loathsome woman. Then I will present Ares with the fully resurrected Soul Edge. And once that's over, I'll...
Something wrong? You appear quite rattled.
Enough! It's nothing. First, I'm gonna deal with Ivy. Damn it! Now my day's utterly ruined!
Oh, and just like that, it's over. Very interesting.
The names of the warriors whose fates were bound to the two swords have been etched into the very fibers of history.
Yeah, after he does all that, Astaroth, then what? You're left with nothing. Alright, well, Astaroth done. It doesn't look like he continues. Interesting. Alright, well, there's that. Alright, well, Astaroth done. I wonder how I get the other characters, like Siegfried and Cervantes. I wonder if I have to get that in, like, single player. Alright, well, there's that. So let's see. So we have Taki left, Grow left. I don't even know how to get Aswell. Ivy, Solmina, Cervantes, Nightmare, Sophitia, Zasalamel, Geralt of Rivia, Amy, Cassandra, Setsuka, and whoever Wong is, Savior of the Shadow, or Savior of the Shadows. You know what? Let's go ahead and do, let's do Setsuka. Flower amid the snow. Here we go.
I still remember it so vividly. That frigid snowscape.
Perhaps I'll just rest my eyes.
When I closed my eyes, I was prepared to sleep for eternity.
Hey, are you all right?
Who are you?
Sorry if I gave you a shock. My name is Shugen Tomiya. Here, put this on. It's cold out here. Your hair. It's...
Outlander, savage, demon child. Shunned by my village and family, I fled my home. I had grown used to the cold, or so I thought.
Cherry trees blossom upon Mount Yoshino. Unwittingly, we thought them snowflakes.
Mount Yoshino?
It's an old poem. You are like a single flower blooming amid the snow.
No one had ever said that to me before. Never had snow felt so warm. I shall never forget that day, so long as I live. Shugen.
Setsuga 1, Swordswoman of the Mist. Alright, 1587. So this is after the events of Soul Edge, right? Alright, let's get to it.
Setsuga, the Batojutsu warrior of golden hair and bright blue eyes. Born to Japanese and Portuguese parents, she lost her family not long after birth. Her unique looks earned her nothing but scorn, and soon she fled her home. She was found by none other than Shugen Kokonoe, a young warrior studying Shinden Tsushima Ryu Batojutsu. He took her as his disciple, trained her day and night, and built her into a strong and beautiful woman. But now she faces a trial harsher than any before. Shugen is dead, having suffered fatal wounds in a duel. Bereft of the only person she considered family, Setsuga wanders without purpose.
Oh, so now that...
Master, 1 year has come and gone, yet I still struggle to find my own path. But rest in peace knowing I will not pursue revenge. I gave you my word, and I will honor it.
Why? Well, I mean, in the story, was it Mitsurugi or something?
And what would you do if you knew his name?
Isn't it obvious? Those wounds will kill you, Master. I must right this wrong.
Setsuga, warrior of Kokonoe. I did not teach you my techniques for revenge. Never had I felt more alive than the moment I crossed swords with that man. I lived my life by the blade, and I do not regret dying by it.
I am the same, Master. I would die by the blade.
Listen, Setsuga. You need not adhere to my way of life. If you but carry on the art of Bato Jutsu, that will suffice. Do not endanger your life trying to avenge your teacher. I wish for you to live your own life, free and unburdened. Please, Setsuga.
I see. He thinks I'm too weak, that I'll die if I pursue revenge. I understand, Master.
Thank you, Setsuga. My soul shall be at peace. Also, I wish to apologize for hiding so much from you all this time.
You needn't apologize for that, Master. You saved me and raised me as your own. No one could ever replace you. And I don't need to know anything else. I never even thought to ask.
The man I dueled with is named Heishiro Mitsurugi.
So it was Mitsurugi.
He employs a style of unparalleled strength he calls Tenpu Kosai Ryu. Blessed with innate talent, he cuts through humans, demons, even gods. The era of swords nears its end. I believe he may be the final hero of this age.
I've never seen Master hold so much respect for another's blade work. Master!
I'm sorry, Setsuga. I don't have much time left. Should you ever lose your way, seek out Sakan Inobe.
Okay. Okay, I will. Just hold on, I'll go get some medicine.
No. Stay by my side.
Master, not long after, you...
Golden hair, blue eyes. You must be Setsuka.
And what if I am?
Wow. All right, Setsuka. Well, let the duel that keeps on dueling. Let's go! As they say, get him.
Fight!
Now, die!
Oh, jeez. I'm dead. Oh my god, what's going on with Setsuka? Why does she have like 3 things around her?
Fight!
Okay, Setsuka has like 3 things under her name, and like...
Fight!
Hand over the hidden scroll, forest girl, and I may spare your life.
I don't have any scrolls.
What was that I was doing?
KO!
And kick. Just kick him in the dishpan. Woo, woo, woo. Alright, I'll take it.
She's incredibly strong.
Want more, Chicken-Oe?
I won't stand for such insults.
You lost your cool 6 times. Fell for my moves 8. Oh, and work on your tell. Your right eyebrow twitches every time you draw.
Do not spout nonsense at me.
Ugh, fine. Nonsense. Have it your way. Now, how about you tell me why the Kokonoe clan is after me?
I am here to retrieve the hidden scroll you stole. Nothing more.
I don't know or care about your stupid scroll. Master didn't leave anything like that behind anyway.
I see through your lies, girl. I will sniff out that scroll no matter what.
When you awaken, tell this to whoever sent you. Come after me again, and I'll burn every scroll I find.
Cursed Outlander.
So I'm a cursed Outlander, huh? You Kokonoe bastards never change.
Oh, jeez, Setsuka, Jesus.
Wait, Outlander. Hidden scrolls. I think I've heard that somewhere before. Ah, right. 2 years ago, on the anniversary of the day I met Master.
So some scrolls, huh, Setsuka? A day for celebrations. That's good too. This is simply the latest of many surprise visits from Kokonoe warriors of Shinden Tetsuya Ryu Batosu Jutsu. The Kokonoe clan appears to be searching for a certain hidden scroll, and of which Setsuka has of no knowledge. However, it does trigger an old memory from the year 1885, the 13th year of the Tensho era.
What do you want, girl? I don't like the look in your eyes. You're mocking me, just like your father. You should be grateful we gave you a place to stay, whelp. And I'm only doing that much to settle up with your dad. Defy me again, and you're dead.
Grateful? I never asked to be here in the first place.
The whole town's whispering about us thanks to you. I've had enough of some demon child living under my roof. The child of a demon is a strong one indeed. I'll just say you broke it. Now clean up every last bit.
This has brought nothing but pain. I hate this place. I hate it.
Setsuka. Hey, Setsuka.
Warrior of Shinden Tsushima Ryu, Setsuka!
Yes, Master.
Good morning. Are you awake now?
Master, oh, thank goodness.
Thank goodness for what?
Thank goodness you came back safe from your night watch. I mean, I know you'd never lose, but I was still worried.
Thank you for the concern. I've returned, and now I must rest.
Okay, I'll go practice what you taught me yesterday.
Ah, yes. While you're at it, could you go to Nagasaki and buy some fish? Don't worry about the price. Pick the tastiest one you can find.
Are you sure? Oh, wait, isn't today?
That's right. It's Setsuka Day. The day I took you as my apprentice.
Aww.
I hoped to buy you a nice kimono from Kyoto, but alas.
It's all right, Master. I wouldn't look good in something that fancy. Okay, I should get going. Rest well.
It seems the past cannot be forgotten so easily.
Oh, she must be having nightmares. The Warrior of Nagasaki. Shugen Tomiya was a swordsman of Shinden Tsushima Ryu Batutu. Under his care, Setsuka grew into a strong and beautiful woman. One day, after finishing her daily training, Setsuka heads off for the merchant district in the harbor town of Nagasaki. Little does she know that her fate will take a great turn that day.
Let's see. Next is the salt merchant. Ah, and we need more miso, too. Hey, you. Do you need something? You keep staring at me.
Sorry, it's nothing.
Pretty girl, but she bites. Wait, one second look. Isn't that an Outlander?
Aw, poor Setsuka.
All right, that's everything. I guess I'll head back now.
Ooh, she's an even better catch than I'd heard. Excellent work.
Isn't she? Hey, Missy. The young master here's taken a shine to you. Why don't you give him some attention?
Aw, poor thing. Must have been hard growing up half a savage. Come with me. I can promise you a better life. You don't have to, but there are some rowdy men on our side who might get upset if you refuse. See?
That symbol. You must be from Naritaya. I heard you're all a bunch of lowlifes who prey on the weak.
What?
Bam!
Being a savage. I've heard the rumors about you from your other targets. Now's as fine a time as any to teach you a lesson.
Wench, you're asking for it now! What have you done?
What does it look like? Or is that the blood loss talking?
You witch! Hey, you there! Snap out of it and shoot her!
It'll take more than that.
Go.
Payback time!
She deflected it with her umbrella? No more dirty tricks!
Ha! I could avoid flimsy little arrow in my sleep. You'll need a Tanegashima if you want to hit me. And if you were up against my master, not even bullets would save you.
Amazing! She's the best umbrella wielder in Japan.
Go, miss! Bring him down!
Damn it! You're all useless! You, get her! Oh, hey! You look like a strong warrior! Help me!
Huh? You talking to me?
Me too.
Cursed Outlander! Do away with her! All I did was treat her kindly, and she drew a blade on me!
I was simply brushing off the filth that dare touch me. That is how you terrorize the weak, is it not? And you, are you going to side with this bottom-feeding lecher?
But miss, your blade work.
Lecher? You insult me! I would have treated you so well.
But miss, you're... what was I gonna ask?
This samurai's good. Just need to buy some time and escape. Have you come to gawk at the Outlander girl as well?
Trust me, until just recently I was the Outlander.
Someone's coming. Now's my chance.
Who in the world was just a hatted samurai?
Whew, I got in too deep back there. I still feel like someone's watching me. I have to be careful on my way home.
Man. Yeah, Setsuga's like Hilda's story, just like a lot of cussing. Setsuga 4, Shrouded in Mist. Setsuga's first learned of the Kokono clan, Shugen's true name, and his hidden past on the day she turned 19 years old. Rather than her real birthday, it was the 11th anniversary of the day Shugen Tomiya took her in and gave her a new life as Setsuga, his disciple. Yet, this joyous occasion was to be but the beginning of a long, hard time of sorrow.
I'm home. Sorry I'm late. I had to take the long way back. Huh? Master's sandals are gone. Someone's outside, and it's not Master.
Lord Yobu, would he really be in such a place?
Indubitably.
Were you the ones who followed me here?
Naturally. We've come to punish the girl who settles personal quarrels with Shinden Tsushima Ryu techniques.
Ugh. Teaching our sacred arts to this barbaric little girl. The very idea brings us shame.
I don't know who you are, but if you dare insult my master, you're in for some pain. Take it back.
Ugh. The girl has mastered San Nobu-san already? Impossible! I, Goro-Zaimon Yamabuki, one of Lord Yobu's greatest disciples, shall be your opponent.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Wait, is this gonna be a battle? What Setsuga I am? Oh, hello, Setsuga.
Sacrifice so much he teach our techniques to an Outlander.
Wow, I'm like super young. Good lord. There we go, got the grab. Whoosh! So long, dude. I'll take it.
She's familiar with the formal techniques. Well, have some.
Enough, Yamabuki. You must not kill her. Your skills are impressive, young lady. Who taught you?
You think I'd tell you, Mushroom Head?
Mystic arts, Zanki. Obey me and suffocate.
I can't breathe.
There's no use hiding it. Your master is Shugen Naokage Kokonoe. Even your eyes disgust me, daughter of savages. You don't need eyes to use a sword. Here, I'll gouge them out for you.
What the frick is this guy on about?
That's my disciple you're messing with, Gyobu Kokonoe. That was Zanki, a secret art of the hidden Kokonoe, and not easily broken. I'll teach you later.
Master.
I see your skill has not waned, Shugen Naokage Kokonoe. But you're a shadow of your former self. No wonder I could not find you these 13 years.
My name is Shugen Tomiya now. What does the clan want with a deserter?
Well, I would love your secret techniques and your hidden scroll. Come, rejoin the clan, and all will be forgiven.
I never took you as one to joke, now, Akira.
I knew you'd say that. Very well. Have you heard of Heishiro Mitsurugi of Tenpu Kosai Ryu?
Yes, though only whispers.
Then all is in order. Let us return, Yamabuki.
Yes, my lord.
In the Outlanders' religion, they say you reap what you sow. But by the laws of this land, it is the master who reaps what their disciple sows.
What are you trying to say?
Oh, you'll find out soon enough.
Gyobu Kokonoe mentioned a hidden scroll. He even spoke of Mitsurugi. But why? Should I ever lose my way, seek out Sakan Inobe? Well, it doesn't suit me to sit around and wait. Let's get going.
Alright, Setsuka, let's go! Setsuka 5, the Elder from Omi. Should you ever lose your way, seek out Sakan Inobe. The name Shugen leaves as familiar. 2 years ago, Setsuka had delivered a package to Sakan Inobe on Shugen's behest. She doesn't know what it is in the scroll of Konoe's plan seeks so doggedly, but Sakan Inobe is one of the few she knows she can trust with the matter. He lives in the faraway province of Omi. The Setsuka prepares her belongings and sets off at dawn.
Those Kokonoe goons couldn't keep up with me. Not that they'd follow me all the way to Omi province anyway. Another long journey. If only I'd hurried home sooner the last time.
Oh my god, Setsuka is just nothing but flashbacks.
Setsuka, see this letter and parcel reach one Sakan Inobe in Omi province.
Omi?
Cross over to Honshu, traverse the Sanyodo, then pass through the capital regions. Apologies. I know you're not used to long journeys.
Let's see. If I walk, then I'll have to go through Chikuzen Buzen Nagato, Suo Aki, Bingo Bichu Bizen, Harima Setsu Yamashiro.
Your memory is impressive.
Well, I always wanted to travel with you, but you're not very good at remembering names, so I memorize them. Don't worry about me, I'll be fine. Besides, I'd do anything to help you. By the way, does this delivery have anything to do with that Gyobu Kokonoe person?
Well, it could be related to him, yes. There is nothing to fear. This place will always be here for you. Go, without worry.
Up to it, Setsuka! Oh, here we are.
That hair. You must have had quite the journey. I've heard word that Shugen has passed.
It was 1 year ago.
O Deus who dwells in heaven, embrace Shugen Kokonoe and forgive him his sins. Now, for a greeting, let us duel. You appear much stronger than last we met. Will you not draw? Armed or not, my two swords know no mercy.
You were the one who told me once not to fall for others' words so easily. Come for me anytime, anywhere. I have trained for this.
Alright, and then she's gonna get him. Alright, Setsuka, let's do it. Hang on just one sec, gang. I just got...
Fight!
Alright, here we go. Boosh! So long, dude! Alright, what is this talking nonsense? Hoorah!
Sidia! Wither!
Did he pass the hidden Kokonoe arts to you as well?
Sidia!
Oh god, here we go. God, push!
It's over!
Yeah.
Your blade work recalls that of Shugen.
Alright, and there's the end of that.
So, I suppose Shugen left you with some parting words.
He asked me not to seek revenge, only to inherit his teachings and live unburdened.
Then will you finally accept my offer to train you? As I said before, it would be a shame to waste your potential.
Wasn't that just a means to keep me here? You knew my master was going to duel Mitsurugi, didn't you?
I did. Shugen wrote about it in his letter.
Is it because he thought I'd be a burden to him?
If you feel it so, then perhaps it was. At the very least, it is true that Mitsurugi is no ordinary opponent. Apologies. I digress. Surely there is a reason you came all the way here. Might I ask it?
I am being pursued by Kokonoe clansmen seeking a hidden scroll. I figured you might know something.
Come with me.
Alright, it's go time. Let's go.
Listen, Setsuka. Shinden Tsushima Ryu is unforgiving. It requires absolute tranquility and precision, honed through relentless training. Heishiro Mitsurugi is known as War's bodyguard, a master of sword fighting. As such, perhaps Shugen simply needed time alone to return to form. I knew from the moment we crossed blades that Shugen put his full faith in you. You wield his blade Ugetsu Kageuchi and an arsenal of his personal techniques. Do not belittle yourself, no matter how others may see you. What you have inherited is Shugen Kokonoe's very soul!
Is this...
Shugen is dead. So do what you will with the hidden scroll. Hand it to Kyobu and sever yourself from the clan if you wish. But if you wish to defeat someone at all costs, there is another option.
And that is?
There are 9 Shinden Tsushima-ryu scrolls in existence. You have 1. The Kokonoe clan has 4. The others are yet lost. If you were to master all those moves, I think I need say no more.
Yes, but I must not seek revenge.
You still know nothing of Shugen. If you have the courage to learn of Shugen's past, then you will use those eyes, those ears, and that heart to uncover the truth.
I owe my life to Master. He gave me a home and taught me the sword. I never wished for anything more, and yet...
And yet, Sutsuka, what do you say? Mitsurugi Side Story 1, Returning Home. Mitsurugi set out for Europe in search of Soul Edge, the ultimate blade capable of defeating even opponents with firearms. However, after failing to ascertain the weapon's location and even his identity, he decides to return to Japan. He travels from Yanguang to Makua and boards a ship to Japan, where he gets into a scuffle with pirates on his way home. After proving himself once again to be a master of sword fighting, Mitsurugi finally reaches his destination, stepping once again into firm land port of Nagasaki.
No matter where I go, I always feel the most at home in Japan. Now, if only I had the Soul Edge with me. Well, if I can't find it, then I'll just have to find something stronger, huh?
Oh no, what's happening, Mitsurugi? What's happening? Oh, here we go.
What have you done?
What does it look like? Or is that the blood loss talking?
You witch! Hey, you there! Snap out of it and shoot her!
It'll take more than that. Payback time!
She deflected it with her umbrella? No more dirty tricks!
Ha! I could avoid flimsy little arrow in my sleep. You'll need a Tanegashima if you want to hit me. And if you were up against my master, not even bullets would save you.
She hides a sword in that umbrella. Batou Jutsu? Not to mention the arrow deflection. And what was that about her master defying bullets? I must know more!
Oh, hey, you look like a strong warrior. Help me!
Huh? You talking to me?
This cursed Outlander! Do away with her! All I did was treat her kindly, and she drew a blade on me!
I was simply brushing off the filth that dared touch me. That is how you terrorize the weak, is it not? And you, are you going to side with this bottom-feeding lecher?
But miss, your blade work.
Lecher, you insult me! I would have treated you so well.
But miss, you're... what was I gonna ask?
Have you come to gawk at the Outlander girl as well?
Trust me, until just recently I was the Outlander.
That is the blade work of Shinden Tsushima Ryu Batojutsu. Remember it well.
Damn! That's the head of the Kokonoi clan! Let's get out of here!
Yeah, let's go before Lord Gyobu's mood turns sour.
Shinden Tsushima Ryu, you say? Are you that girl's teacher?
The Kokonoi clan does not teach Outlanders. Indubitably, she learned it from a foolish exile, teaching tricks to foreigners for amusement. It is a grievous sin to settle personal quarrels with our techniques. Such behavior is punishable by death.
Oh, very harsh. So that's why the lass ran away so quickly.
A futile effort. We've already sent someone after her.
His laughing could use some help.
That man was quite the fighter. Has he defeated the Tanegashima as well? Either way, that makes one swordsman who can best bullets with a blade. I mustn't fall behind. I'll defeat you yet, Tanegashima!
Alright, and there goes Mitsurugi. Mitsurugi Side Story 2. So, wait a minute. Am I now in Mitsurugi's, path? Oh my god, I am. So wait, what about down here? What about Setsuka? Oh, okay, I guess I have to do Mitsurugi's side story. Interesting. Alright, side story 2. Actually Game of Troubles. Oh my god, more just keeps piling on. I love it. Mitsurugi Side Story 2. Hishiro Mitsurugi arranges for a duel with the Takashima of Noshima Castle. With his warrior's pride on the line, he takes to the challenge with pure determination. Yet, the supposed battle of fate is over in an instant. Before he even realizes what hit him, the bodyguard in war falls to the ground.
To think a musket ball could reach such speeds.
You know you could die.
Give me your best shot. Damn. Serves me right for thinking guns were just fancy metal rods. But now, I've found a worthy opponent. What was it? Dejima Ryu? I can't beat them alone, but some Batojutsu might just do the trick. To defeat those swift bullets, I need to become swift myself. My search for powerful weapons can wait. If Tanegashima moves in 3 steps, ready, aim, and fire... then I shall move in 1.
Alright, so that's him training. Okay. Mitsurugi Side Story 3, Challenger at the Dojo. To combat the Takashima, Mitsurugi resolves to learn the lightning-fast technique known as the Relic. At first, he tries to imitate the moves of the girl he saw, but grasping the techniques proved rather difficult. It is then he realizes, why not follow the principles of his own Tippurusu Ryu and fight directly against the Bojutsu masters. Mitsurugi sets out for a dojo in Shinden Tetsuya Ryu, and upon finding one, He calls loudly for a duel.
No need to make it a special occasion. I'm not here to challenge your dojo's honor. Well, no matter. We've got plenty more room here. Now show me the blade that moves in one.
Show me the blade that moves in one fall swoop. Alright, I'm all for it. Let's do it.
Fight! Your time is over!
Jeepers creepers. Dude, this is like Soul Calibur 2 music. I love it.
Show me that Batojutsu you're so proud of.
Dude, I love this open lane.
Fight! Ready?
I missed. But got him.
It's over!
KO!
I'll take it. Ba bum bum.
Fight!
How odd. I thought I'd find more strong warriors like that Outlander girl.
Ready? Yeah! Ready?
The stab, there we go. I'll take it. Got it. See ya.
KO!
Boosh! Dude, I love like his shoulder charge.
These guys were a waste of time. Forget moving in one. These guys were slower than a geisha's song.
You dare strike while we were away? Craven, I shall send you straight into the next life insulting us like that.
Oh, you're a feisty one. Come on, let's have a round.
Very well. You challenge one of the greatest disciples of Lord Gyobu, Gorozaimon Yamabuki.
Leave him be, Yamabuki. The uncultured swine dares to speak of geisha. Indubitably laughable.
But my lord, his shame shall taint us if it goes unpunished. Dignity is a matter of life and death for the Kokanoe clan.
If you pursue a fight here, you'll be the one sent into the next life. Risking one's life for idle amusement is the act of a lowly Ronin.
If my lord so wishes, I shall stand down.
So we meet again, Heishiro Mitsurugi.
I don't recall ever telling you my name. Have you come to challenge me then?
Lord Gyobu is the master of Tsushima Ryu. He would not deign to fight a hoodlum.
Tsushima Ryu? Look, I have my own situation here. I need to see a true master's techniques.
Indubitably. Your terms. Speak them.
Indubitable what now?
My lord asks you to explain yourself.
I hear there's a master among you whom even bullets cannot harm. I wish to learn the techniques that can best the Tanegashima.
Bullets? Ah, so you have heard the rumors. However, that man abandoned his own clan and disappeared 13 years ago.
What? He's not here? Well then, I guess I'll just have to get you to show your full potential!
Shugen Kokonoe.
Huh? Shogun who?
He is the man you seek. As you wish, I shall grant you a duel with him.
And in exchange, I suppose you want me to leave?
He is strong. Far stronger than even you, the so-called war's bodyguard.
Just as I'd hoped. I'm looking forward to training tomorrow. I'll leave the arrangements to you. I'll be back.
My lord,
Is this why you left Shugen alone last time?
Naturally. I've no sympathy to spare for scoundrels like him.
Even so, would he respond to a sudden summons for a duel?
Indeed. That is his nature. Besides, how much can a man truly change in only 13 years?
Aha! My lord's intuition is clear as a mirror, his conjecture sharp as an arrow.
No. He and I merely share the same curse. Come, Yamabuki.
Golly, that laugh, man. Good lord, that is like a disturbing laugh. Mitsurugi Side Story 4, A Fearsome Foe. In preparation for his upcoming duel, Mitsurugi fights warriors from all corners of Pisen, honing his skills and learning new techniques, of course. Not a day passes without his rigorous Baijutsu practice. He swings his sword well over 10,000 times each day as part of his training. Jeez. After much waiting, Mitsurugi is finally visited by a messenger from the Kokonoge clan. At last, the date of his duel with Shugen Kikonoge has been set.
Pardon. Might you be Heishiro Mitsurugi?
He carries a sword, but his guard's down. Not an assassin. So... I am. Has the day of the duel been decided?
Yes. When the sun meets the horizon. At the Murakumo Shrine, on the eastern edge of Gekyu's territory. The details are inscribed upon this document.
Many thanks. Anything else?
A gift. I wish to share this drink with you, if I may.
Well, aren't you a fine fellow? Ha ha!
Here, a cup for you. If I may ask, why do you seek such strength?
That's some good drink. Well, I was born the fourth son of a poor farmer in Bizen. But with the wars came raids on our fields. Samurai, bandits, wandering swordsmen, you name it. And there were droughts, storms, earthquakes. All we could do was pray. Nature took what men didn't, and soon everybody but me was dead.
So, you put down the plow and took up the sword.
That's right! I took up sword fighting, and was soon besting the bandits and samurai.
I see. Allow me to pour you another drink.
And it was all going well until that damn Tanegashima appeared.
Whether common ground or simply due to the looming duel, Mitsurugi felt something was special about this man. Before he knew it, he'd spilled half a lifetime's worth of stories. Eventually, talk turned to sword fighting. Mitsurugi, whose fighting style saw him through many bouts, had little to say to those who had not fought. Yet he felt this man had lived through the same perils he had, perhaps worse.
The Tanegashima moves in 3 steps. Ready, aim, and fire. So, I've got to move in 1. And that's when it hit me. That Outlander girl's Batojutsu!
I see. Were it simply a matter of speed, though, the gunman need only speed his movements as well. If you truly wish to surpass the Tanegashima, you must pursue not 1, but 0. The Muzan no Zan of Shinden Tsushima Ryu.
No Zen? Like meditation?
Not quite. It means cut without cutting. Striking without the intention to strike. Removing not only the act, but the very desire.
Sounds familiar, but never witnessed it myself. If it's real, I assume nobody who's seen it has lived to tell the tale.
Perhaps not. But I presume you know this.
What? You cut? You didn't cut me? What was that?
This is what we of Tsushima Ryu call Zan no Muzan. One slices with sheer force of will.
That was better than I ever imagined. You must be Shogun Kokonoe.
You surprised me as well. Your reaction was so swift, one could hardly think it human.
I was simply reacting to you.
Mitsurugi, your sight and senses are incredibly sharp. Learn to control them so you can meet your opponents with the appropriate amount of force. I look forward to seeing how you grow in these 2 weeks. Until then.
Huh. Very well, Shogun Kokonoe. I'll have even more surprises for you.
Wow, holy cow. Not bad. So when does it go back to Setsuka? Mitsurugi Side Story 5, Duel at Murakuma Shrine. Mitsurugi's striking meeting with Shogun Kokonoe set his fighting spirit aflame. Shogun's power is so great that if he had so wished, he could have sliced Mitsurugi into several pieces. Not willing to be caught in the same move twice, Mitsurugi takes to his training with diligence. 2 weeks pass, and at last, on the 18th day of the 4th month, he arrives upon the Mukuri Shrine grounds.
Where is he? Ah, so this is how you want to play.
Well met, Mitsurugi.
Alas, Muzan no Zan cannot hide the smell of the blood it draws.
None but you would notice such a faint fragrance. We shall fight without witnesses. If one of us falls, we bear the other no ill will. That was part of the agreement.
That peace of mind really helps me focus. Now, here I come!
I shall meet you!
Ooh, it's battle time. Let's do it. So who do I control? Oh, why am I?
Battle 1. Fight!
Your time?
God, your time is. Oh, what the freak was that? God, what the freak was that?
Your time is over!
God. Oh, right, this guy's like in. Right, this guy's in like soul charge form. So like he has all the moves.
Ready? Idiot!
God, dog. God, what the freak is this?
Not yet. The true battle begins here.
Okay, God, dog, man, he did not care about my move at all. My soul power.
Fight!
Ready? Ready?
The thrust, baby! God, dog. Got him. The kick! Oh, God. Oh, God. I missed, I'm dead. Yeah. I am guarded. God, what is all this moveset?
Idiot!
God, what is this move that he keeps doing? Okay.
Mercy? I have no!
I was gonna do mine! Oh, dumb.
The soul of a warrior now lays here to rest.
Rematch! Well, that was dumb. Ugh.
Battle 1. Fight!
God, dumb!
Idiot!
I'll kill you.
Silence!
Oh God! And the cranium. Got him! Here it goes! Boom! Got him! Alright, that's one down.
2. Fight!
Idiot! Silence this!
Got him! That was close! Glad I was able to get that in.
Battle 3. Fight!
Mercy? I have none!
Good God! Oh.
Begin.
What the freak was that?
Time to end you!
Got him!
Depart this life!
KO!
Can't stand? You're done for.
Oh! Got him! I'll take that victory.
Take this!
Ha! Wither and die!
The two warriors clashed again and again, at times with swords, at times with sharp intuition alone. As the duel neared its end, they came to a natural pause.
He is not the man I tested 2 weeks ago. He's not even the man he was at the start of today's duel.
Shugen, shocked by Mitsurugi's rapid improvement in the midst of battle, suspected he was too feeble to defeat this young warrior. Even so, he still had one trick up his sleeve. Shinran Tsushima Ryuba Tojutsu had its roots in assassination, and Shugen Kokonoe was a master of these dark arts.
If I break this seal on the forbidden technique, I could claim victory in this duel alone.
Secret Kokonoe art. Mournful oblivion!
Jiminy Christmas, what was that?
Cut!
What? Is this snow?
It had seemed as though the forbidden technique had hit its mark. Yet, as the two warriors were about to clash, a single petal floated before Shugen's eyes. Given the moment to wonder, his mind flashed to a single scene, a memory he held dear to his heart. A heartbeat passed. Shishio, Mitsurugi's new blade, slid between them. Mitsurugi had used a Tenpuku Sairyu secret technique. Stepstone divide. His sword, straight up and thrust forward, twisted and deflected Shugen's blade. Yet this move was special. Swinging the blade over his shoulders, in a skill he would later call Sinister Divide, Mitsurugi broke through and shattered Shugen's blade. The force of the attack sent Shugen flying.
This is what I get for using a technique I swore to abandon.
It was an honor to fight you, but I don't think this is the end.
Though the fierce duel was over, Mitsurugi remained tense. He had noticed a great number of Kokonoe clansmen had come to surround them both.
Excellent work, Heishiro Mitsurugi. Not only did you keep even with a great warrior, you emerged victorious. At his peak, he would have found and eliminated an advance unit. Yes, it was wise to surround him with extra warriors.
Oh, it was a setup. Mitsurugi's Side Story 6, a clan divided. Some walked the path of conflict, devoting their lives to the blade, yet others abandoned the demonic way. Choosing to pave their own, two men who have walked different lives find their paths cross once again. On the fated night, the two have their destinies reunited.
Step aside, Heishiro Mitsurugi. We only have business with one man. Shugen Naokage Kokonoe.
No! I'm not finished speaking with this man.
Indubitably. Yamabuki!
I have waited long for this moment. The shade of night is our battlefield. Though strong, you cannot match us.
Your battlefield, huh? Not a problem then. Tenpu Kosaryu was made for combat! My Blade of Shura will claim victory!
Alright, well, Mitsurugi, let's do the dance that keeps on dancing. Let's do it. When do we go back to Setsuka?
Fight! Is that what you call Muzan no Zan? I can sense your bloodlust from here!
Got him, KO, baby! They go invisible, huh? Interesting.
Fight!
Ready? Idiot! Sight ready?
Got him! So long, dude. Alright, Mitsurugi, let's do it.
Fight!
Got him!
Little... I'll never stop! Mercy? I have none! Sight! Sight ready! Sight ready!
Oh god!
Sight ready!
Oh god. How did I not hit that guy? There we go. Alright, there we go.
Too slow! His sons! Lord Gyobu! Gyoza Kokonoe. It's just you and me now. Let's...
This ends here, Heishiro Mitsurugi. Obey me, and suffocate.
What sorcery is this?
This is Zanki, a hidden Kokonoe mystic art. At night, it is inescapable. Now, obey my command and die in agony.
Incredible!
What is so amusing? Have you lost your mind? Or is it fear? Wait. What are you looking at? No, it cannot be.
You're too late now, Akira.
Now, Kage!
Shade Buster. Though the blade may be broken, the sheath is still of use.
Jesus.
You really helped me out there. But,
Indeed. The wound. I doubt I will live much longer. But worry not. I shall die without regrets.
You gave me another reason to keep training.
Is that so?
The stronger you are, the more you understand the strength of others. But I know next to nothing of your true power. So, let us do battle again, once I'm stronger.
I look forward to it. I'll go on ahead once I'm done here. Our next duel shall be in hell, at the edge of oblivion.
Yeah, enjoy being one step ahead.
It's egregious.
Shogun Kokonoe, warrior of Shinden Tsushima Ryu. In the fires of hell, we shall meet again!
Wow. Setsuka 6, Demon of the Night. With the hidden scroll in hand, Setsuka turns back home. However, her heart is in turmoil. She could indeed simply hand over the scroll and cut her ties with the Kokonoe clan. Yet, other possibilities flit through her mind. However, they would all defy her master's wishes. So, she waves away those complicated thoughts as she sits and waits for Kokonoe retainers to show up again.
Oh, my admirers are here. Come in. You, huh? You've grown into quite the man.
You've changed quite a bit yourself.
I assume your presence means Gyobu was behind the attacks.
Not all of them. But I will apologize for our crude treatment of you. I've done away with the ruffians sent after the hidden scroll. The Kokonoe clan are truly splintered.
According to Gorozaimon, Gyobu Kokonoe's trusted disciple, the trouble began about 6 months prior. Following Shugen's death, Gyobu became increasingly unstable. It was then that a sinister rumor cropped up within the Kokonoe clan. Shugen's specter loomed over Gyobu's pillow, night after night. After begging Setsuka's silence, Gorozaimon spoke of further secrets. Apparently, a demon assassin was terrorizing nearby towns.
This demon can make short work of skilled warriors, and in the 2 months since you left, even the son of a noble family was found stabbed.
A grave crime. If caught, they'll be lucky to keep their head.
And every day news of another death reached us, Shugen tormented my lord in dreams that night.
So does that mean Gyobu killed all these people?
I thought it all baseless rumors. That is, until I saw it myself. My lord wandering around town at night, as if possessed. From behind, he looked just like Shugen, the former demon assassin.
Master, was the demon assassin?
He was the greatest assassin the Kokonoe clan has ever known. I see he buried that truth after abandoning the clan. If Lord Gyobu is the new demon assassin, then it is a matter of life and death for the clan. We'll need secret arts unknown to him if we are to win.
Hence why your goons came after me for the hidden scroll.
I'm certain that was their intention, however foolish. If Lord Gyobu captures them in Zanki, they're as good as dead without a way to break free. But you... Shugen taught you how, did he not? I beg you, stop the demon assassin. If you do, I swear the Kokonoe clan will never disturb you again.
Stop. You don't have to grovel.
If that will not suffice, I, Gorozaimon Yamabuki, shall spend my life atoning for how I have wronged you. Please, please!
I will think on it.
Man, begging. A splendorous garment. The desperate pleas of the Kokonoe disciple only add to Setsuko's troubles. Shugen Kokonoe had once been the demon assassin, and a side of her beloved master that she never knew. However, thinking back on it, she recalls how Shugen seemed to change after telling her his end was near. She reflects on the last of the time they spent together, when her training began to grow harsh and unrelenting.
Next.
Yes, Master. Ha! Yeah!
Too slow. You won't land a single scratch on your foes that way.
Ah!
Feint with both eyes and feet. Position your opponent with Zan no Muzan, then attack with Rising Crescent. A fine strategy, incorporating the core Tsushima Ryu concept of cut without cutting. Or so you'd hoped I'd say. Why wage a full frontal assault against an opponent well-versed in Shinden Tsushima Ryu? Ideally, Batojutsu kills in a single strike, but real battles are unpredictable. Expect the unexpected if your opponent is of equal or higher skill.
Understood.
Hidden techniques exist precisely for such occasions. I believe I taught you one quite recently that would serve you well right now.
The alternate Batojutsu technique, Winter Funeral.
That's it. But don't lose sight of the crucial part, the sheath. Control the sheath with 2 fingers, and keep the other 3 loose.
Okay.
Ah, interesting.
You said you wanted to show me something? What's this all of a sudden?
It's not sudden at all. Today is our 12th annual Setsuka Day, right?
It sounds so silly when you call it Setsuka Day.
All right, here we are. Shall we?
Master, but isn't this...
I thought it would go well with your natural hair color. Go ahead. Try it on.
It's gorgeous. But I can't. I mean, this doesn't suit me.
It suits you very well. Cherry trees blossom upon Mount Yoshino. Unwittingly, we thought them snowflakes. Setsuka, my winter flower. I named you 12 years ago. How time flies.
So it does. Thank you very much, Master.
Master? Come now, dispense with the formalities. Do you know how long I saved for this kimono?
Oh, then... Shugen?
Not Father?
Awesome.
Oh, I'm sorry. I must take my leave.
Hey, Setsuka. The exit's that way.
After his duel with Mitsurugi, Master seemed softer around the edges. It was as if he'd been hiding part of himself from the world. Even the techniques he taught me after that were different. Many of them were clearly made to kill. Were those assassination techniques Master's true skills? Here it is, the Kokonoe estate. The truth about Master waits inside. I'm sure I'll learn things I wish I'd never known. Be that as it may, I must stand firm.
Alright, Setsuka, let's get... God, Setsuka's story is long! Setsuka 8, the Hidden Kokone. Setsuka still feels she doesn't quite understand her master's parting words. She senses that learning Shugen's past may illuminate the path before her, and heads to Kokonoe's clan estate in search of answers. There, she comes face to face with the darkness lurking within the Kokonoe clan and its sacred sword fighting traditions.
I shall summon Lord Gyobu. Do not forget why you are here.
I came on the pretense of handing over the scroll. I hope this works.
It's been a while. I hear you brought the hidden scroll in exchange for information about Shugen.
You seem well, Gyobu. Here, let's get right to business.
Mournful oblivion. I see. A secret art steeped in the ancient assassination practices. Only Shugen honed it to perfection. If you wish to know of Shugen's past, you must learn of the clan's history. Indubitably.
Indubitably. Okay, let's hear it.
Alright.
Mixing in obscure words here and there, Gyobu spoke solemnly of the past. The clan based Shinen Tsushima Ryuba Tojutsu on ancient assassination techniques. Techniques so numerous and so varied that the clan soon split into two factions. One faction was the clan's public face, devoted to instruction and ceremony. The other operated in the shadows, killing dissenters and working as spies, the Hidden Kokonoe. The clan prospered for many years, but the Hidden Kokonoe soon sought to take over and set out to create an assassin with superhuman abilities.
The methods they used were inhumane. Their quest became drenched in the blood of those who died under their ruthless training regimen. Eventually, an incredibly powerful killer was born. Narukami Maru, later known as Shugen no Kage Kokonoe.
Master.
Believing his lord's orders just, Shugen slaughtered many of the clan's political adversaries. Guilty or merely falsely accused, all perished under his blade. But one day, the demon assassin met a woman who changed him forever. Her name was Anju. Like you, she had the blood of outlanders in her veins.
As Anju spoke of foreign religion, Shugen began to harbor doubts about the Hidden Kokonoe's methods. Long immersed in the corrupt practices of his faction, Shugen had access to all manner of secrets. His doubts soon turned to certainty. Betrayed by what he believed to be right, Shugen abandoned his home and name. His parting words were thus, "I shall live by the blade alone."
We shall pause here. Come again if you would know more. I am sure that cursed Naokage will visit me this night.
Gyobu Kokonoe was nothing like the man I knew before. What happened? What was that sound? It was faint, but ominous. Perhaps I imagined it.
Ah, jeez, here we go.
Have you learned what you wished to learn?
Yes, though not all of it. I studied his behaviors as I listened. I have a good feel for his presence now.
Then, there was worth in having you meet. By the way, we've learned more about the demon assassin. We've had a skilled retainer trail Lord Gyobu when he went out at night. But the next morning, that retainer was a corpse, sword sheathed, face twisted in fright.
Sounds like Zanki to me.
As far as I know, only Shugen could break free of Zanki. Are you confident you can too?
Master taught me the theory, but we'll see how it goes. The rest depends upon the information you give me.
I shall provide all you ask.
To track a person, one must become them, think their thoughts, consider where they will go and when. When one's predictions line up with reality, the path to victory shall open. Guided by her master's teachings, Setsuka set after the demon assassin.
Setsuka 9, Killer of the Heisen Peaks. With information gained from both Gorozomon and the townsfolk, Setsuka gradually tracked down the demon's assassin's movements. Yet she remains uneasy, unsure whether she can break through Gyobu Kokonoe Zanki, or if the assassin is indeed Gyobu Kokonoe at all. Determined to confront this beastly killer, Setsuka steps out into the night.
I can't move!
And there goes that person.
Based on the intel, the demon assassin will pass through Murakumo Shrine. Master taught me how to break free of Zanki, but can I do it without practice? Sakam? Why are you here?
Hidden Kokonoe art Zanki. Obey me and suffocate!
I have to control my breathing. Faltering here means death. Stay calm.
Zanki is a secret art that exemplifies the core concept of Shinden Tsushima-ryu. Cut without cutting. It forces submission with a strong, unyielding will.
So, rather than controlling the opponent's body, it takes hold of the mind instead.
Yes, that's the gist of it. To defeat Zanki, one needs not a strong body, but a strong will. Still, resisting such concentrated power is difficult, even for the strongest of hearts. Typically, the victim is taken by surprise and killed before they can resist.
I see. I remember when I was in its grip, I could only think of struggling out of it.
Most people would. But if you know Zonky is coming, there are several ways to escape. I did it by creating an inviolable dominion in my mind's eye.
An inviolable dominion?
Yes, a space in your mind into which none may trespass. Anchor yourself to it, and take back your mind and body.
Interesting. Okay.
My dominion. I see it. I can move.
Well done, Setsuka.
Sakon.
Seems my journey from Omi was worth it. I wanted to help you perfect the technique before you fought the demon.
Sakon, who are you?
I am Gekyusai Kokonoe, younger brother of the previous clan leader. Like Shugen, I left of my own volition. I also taught Shugen how to fight Zonky. But you must have caution. That man Zonky is...
Do I smell blood?
Oh, great. What is this now? Who is this now? Blossom on Vengeance. Eerie footsteps echo throughout Murukuma Shrine. The head stench of blood wafts in the air. Muttering sinister curses, a fearsome creature appears in the shadows. Let's get 10.
No, Kage. I'll kill you all!
Jesus.
Yobu Kokonoi. He is no longer human.
The greater one's malice, the more powerful their Zonky. Gyobu is a product of the hidden Kokonoe's curse, and thus, I am no match for his power. Yet, his aura is so ominous, I sense an even greater power mixed in.
Die!
Damn!
Sakon!
No, Kage! Kill! 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 Kill!
Jesus.
What is this power? I must not falter. I have but one goal.
Wow,
Cherry
Soul
trees
Edge.
blossom upon Mount Yoshino. Unwittingly, we thought them snowflakes. I still remember it so vividly. That frigid snowscape. Never had snow felt so warm. I shall never forget that day so long as I live. Shuken. The flower that bloomed that spring was a barren love blossoming silently amid the snow, eternally unrequited. And in spite of that, no, because of it, none may trespass on this place. This blossom shall never be broken!
You go, Setsuka. You go.
Shugen!
Gyobu Kokonoe, I sympathize. Both you and I have suffered, our hearts bound to a dead man. But now, I will live a life unburdened. I promised Shugen I would.
Oh, is this gonna be a battle? I'm all for it. Let's do it.
Battle 1. Fight!
You want me dead? But we have so much to talk about.
What the world was that move?
In vain.
Got him! So long, dude!
It's over!
Battle 2. Fight!
God, just kick him in the dish man. Oh, jeez! Alright, come here.
KO!
Got him! I'll take it.
Battle 3. Fight!
Oh, right in the kisser.
Any
Got
last
him.
words?
Boom! What a kick! I'll take it. Okay, I did that move.
You've asked for it. My true strength. 1, 2.
Oh god! Oh, I didn't do that move.
KO!
Never mind, I found it. Ha ha! And you are a done deal, dude.
Shugen Kokonoe's art lives on through me.
Maybe.
Was that mournful oblivion? No, it is even greater. It does not take life, but grant it.
I call it return from oblivion. The Shugen I knew was far too kind for his own good.
Indubitably, your skill is unsurpassed.
You shall remain alive, even if you can no longer draw your sword.
Way to go, Setsuka. Boom! There it is.
Have you found your path, Setsuka?
Yes. Once I master the secret arts of the Kokonoe clan, I will search for the remaining scrolls and track down that man.
The secret arts will be of great use to you in your journey, I'm sure. I shall share with you any information I find on the other scrolls.
I must thank you for all your help with the clan. No, with everything. Thank you, Saka. Rather, Gekyusai.
I don't mind, Sakon. Would you want to be called by a former name?
I certainly wouldn't. Getting a new name was like ridding myself of an evil spirit.
Come to me anytime you encounter trouble. You are like a granddaughter to me. No, more like a daughter. Nothing at all. I pray for your good health and fortune, Setsuka.
Thank you. Farewell. It's time for my journey to begin.
Fell over here, did you? Good.
What is that?
Kokonoe Gyobu. You had so much potential. He's not a total loss. But I should find a new pawn.
What was that, and why was that?
Shugen, another year has passed, and I think I finally found my purpose. Once I finish my task in Japan, I shall leave on a journey of vengeance. Not as a pupil who lost her master, but as a woman robbed of her love. That man stole my master. He stole my life. Now I live to defeat him. Getting my revenge will set me free. Master, I will find Heishiro Mitsurugi and slay him, even if I must defy your wishes to do it.
No, Setsuka, don't do it. God, Setsuka's story was so long. I loved it.
The flower that bloomed in spring was a barren love. Blossoming silently amid the snow, eternally unrequited. Dark clouds shade the wavering moon as the demonic swordswoman steps into the night.
Wow. Holy cow. That was... dude, look at all the museum I'm acquiring. Jeepers creepers. Alright. Well, and that was Setsuka. Jiminy Christmas. Just back and forth and back and forth. Alright. I mean, I'll take it. Alright. Well, gang, with 3 hours and 27 minutes, I think we will call it a day. Yeesh. I think, I guess, next time, I guess we'll work on Long and, Zasamel. And then see how long their story lasts, and then we'll keep on going. Alrighty, gang. That's gonna be it for this episode. Make sure to tune in tomorrow. Where I'll probably be playing a little bit more. And until then, everyone, you all have a great night, and I'll see you all next time, everybody. Until then, bye, everyone.